breastfeeding isn't only about the mother and the baby dyad. It's about the whole ecosystem supporting her. They call it the warm chain of support. That means from the hospital to the house.
Marami sa atin na nagsasabi na, ay hindi ko kaya magpadede, wala lang kasi akong gatas. And sometimes I wanna poke further and ask the nanay na, wala ka bang gatas o nawalan ka na lang dahil wala ka talagang suporta? There is so much about life that we are expected to know, but so little of it was ever taught to us. Life loading is the space to fill in those gaps. The practical things, emotional things, things that make living feel a little less like guesswork. I am Rika. Welcome to Life Loading Podcast. I am so glad that you are here. Okay, today we've got an exciting topic, and this is our topic because this month is actually the month for it. Hahabol tayo kasi we will be talking to someone who's going to make us appreciate breastfeeding and also answer our questions, because breastfeeding, I feel like, is one of those things that you weren't really prepared to do in your life as a woman. So when I was a young girl, I knew I was going to get married. I knew I was going to have babies. But I didn't really know that I would also breastfeed. Di ba? Parang hindi naman yun kasama sa mga laro-laro mo nung bata ka unless you come from a family that, exposes you to it. So today, we're gonna talk about that. One of my favorite topics because it's so close to my heart. But we're gonna have somebody with us to explain things further. Kasi may experience ako, but there's also knowledge behind it. I want you guys to appreciate just the science of breastfeeding and how wonderful it is if you actually really unpack the act of breastfeeding. Today, we have with us Velvet Escario Rojas, the founder of Pinay Doulas Collective, Parenting Class in Manila, Breastfeeding Pinays, and Gentle Birth Philippines, and a member of Arugaan, dedicating her career to supporting mother, baby, dads, and Filipino families. Welcome on the show, Miss Velvet!
Hello, maraming salamat. Hello, Rika.
I'm so happy to meet you because
Yeah,
I've
me
heard of your
too.
name so many times in my life ever since I, got into the whole motherhood thing. Isa ka sa mga haligi ng lahat ng suporta na meron kami bilang nanay. So thank
Maraming
you.
salamat.
Thank you for that.
Para yatang yung pangalan ko din, kaakibat ang breastfeeding at gentle birth.
Yes! So before we get into our topic, baka masyadong mahaba ang ating pag-uusapan, I want to get to know you a little better by asking, what are you into these days? Is there something that you are into, like a hobby?
Well, I'm so happy with my avocado plants right now.
Oh!
Yeah, I know. My
Paano?
trees-
You mean like you have avocado
yeah,
plants?
it's like I'm harvesting. I have 2 avocado plants. So I'm harvesting now. So I'm really, really happy.
So lumalaki po yan dito?
Yes.
But where do you live? Like, does it have to be in...
where I live in San Mateo, Rizal.
That's why.
Yeah.
So medyo parang hindi siya talaga sa sentro ng, like, not Manila. Not
Yes.
Manila talaga.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So-
how did you discover this?
No, I just really wanted to have an avocado plant tree. So, first niya ngayon na talagang madami siyang bunga. So, I'm so happy every time na sisilip ako from my windows and, meron na namang pwedeng i-harvest.
Wait, so when you say many, ano yun? Ano yung number?
Well, I only have 2, but, they
No, but
give
when you
a lot.
harvest, how many do you get?
No, sometimes 20,
Totoo?
30. Yeah.
20 from one plant or both na?
From both.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know ganun
And
pala karami,
amazing siya kasi hindi siya nagra-ripen until hindi mo siya pipitasin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Totoo?
Yes.
So is there such a thing na parang mag-overripe siya bago mo napitas?
No.
Wala rin.
Kailangan mo siyang pitasin bago ma-activate yung hormones niya.
Okay, that's a new thing. I mean, I didn't know that. na
I
may ganun
only knew
pala.
that when, my avocado trees started,
So what
fruiting.
happens kapag iniwan mo lang siya doon? Mabubulok
I
lang.
think so,
Tatanda
yeah.
lang.
It will fall down maybe.
Mm.
Oo, nagfo-fall down siya and doon pa siya mahihinog talaga.
Curious ako, anong ginagawa mo para maano yung plant na yun?
No, nothing.
Nothing?
So, wala. We just put, the dried leaves sa root ng plants. Yun lang. Pinapa-compost namin, ganyan. No,
But it has to be at least a little bit cold where you are. Tama ba? Or hindi naman
no,
din?
I know naman some places here in Manila like
Pwede,
Marikina
kaya.
has.
Totoo.
Mga friends ko in Marikina has.
Something to explore because I love avocado.
Me too.
I didn't know that it was that easy. Well, the way that you're saying it, parang easy to grow.
Yeah, very easy.
Huh?
Very low maintenance.
So did you just start with the seed?
Yeah. Oh, well, it was a gift. The baby plant was a gift from
The
my
plant.
uncle. Yeah.
And then you just grew it.
Yeah.
Ganon.
Yeah.
Diligan, ganon lang. Diligan, not
yun lang,
even.
Nothing. Doing nothing at all. And it gave me,
Now I'm highly curious. Bakit ganon ang avocado, no?
Yeah.
And we pay so much for it in the
Yeah,
grocery.
because it's so sarap. Man, may avocado there, so sarap.
Wow, okay. Sige. Thank you so much for sharing. I think this is the first time that a guest actually shared something na, okay, didn't expect that. Okay. Now it's time for our topic of the day. Velvet, what made you into a breastfeeding advocate?
For my daughter right now, she's 24.
Okay.
So that was 24 years ago.
Okay.
I had a difficult time breastfeeding. So I was mixed feeding for 3 weeks until someone helped me.
Okay.
And then I was exclusively breastfeeding after that.
Did that already turn you? Were you already looking into breastfeeding before you gave birth or natutunan mo na lang siya pagkapanganak mo?
When I was pregnant, nag-aral ako ng childbirth class.
Okay.
And she discussed about breastfeeding there. I got curious. And I attended another breastfeeding class. And she said, if you breastfeed, you will burn 500 to 800 calories a day.
So ginawa mo?
I was like, I wanna go thin. Kasi, di ba tumataba ka eh? So, after that, pagpanganak ko, I was decided to breastfeed. But, sometimes some things happen.
Okay, some things happen. What do you mean by some things
They
happen?
separated my baby from me.
Oh, why?
No, it was
The practice
hospital
back then.
policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had natural birth. I had Lamaze.
Mm-hmm.
But they put my baby in the nursery. And I think yun talaga yung, and my pediatrician, hindi siya magaling.
Okay, what do you mean by hindi magaling?
Hindi siya magaling sa breastfeeding. Kasi pumasok siya sa room ko, sinabihan niya ako agad na, pag magka-problema ka with breastfeeding, eto yung inumin mo na formula. Ganito yung pagtimpla.
Kasi back then, I think, hindi pa rin talaga, parang hindi pa sapat yung knowledge na meron tayo and the support was not there
Yes.
for breastfeeding.
Tama.
And
Because that was 24 years.
yeah, so that was what?
2001.
2000.
2002, I'm sorry. 2002.
Pero ano na rin yun I mean like, well yeah, I mean it's pretty early. Hindi pa
Yeah.
rin talaga na-establish. Like kanina, di ba, I mentioned every community that you were part of in establishing. These were not around
No,
during
not yet.
your time. If you were gonna tell me now, ano sana yung mga alam mo, looking back, that would have made a difference in your journey?
That breastfeeding isn't only about the mother and the baby dyad. It's about the whole ecosystem supporting her.
Okay.
Na hindi siya alone. Na the hospitals need to support her. Ibig sabihin, yung doctors, breastfeeding starts from pregnancy. So ibig sabihin, the OB should, just discuss, at one-liner about breastfeeding sa isang buntis na nanay.
Mm-hmm.
So this hospital, dapat hindi pinaghihiwalay yung mommy sa kanyang baby.
Yes.
And after that, saan yung support?
Mm-hmm.
Saan
When
yung
you-
support?
When you talk about support, are you specifically saying na parang dapat may community for it? Or are you
Yes.
talking about the family, like the personal support?
Kasi ano yan eh, they call it the warm chain of support. That means from the hospital to the house. So sa bahay, your husband is there helping, being supportive of you. Dads can do everything but breastfeed. Next is the family serving you nutritious food na hindi sila magpapanik pag umiyak yung baby.
I
Na
see.
parang, and then give you emotional support.
Correct.
Not undermine you, right? And then when you're working also, that there's a space for you to express milk, and because a mom should never choose, from sa anak ba niya o sa trabaho niya. The workplace should be breastfeeding friendly, giving her a space to express milk and even to breastfeed.
Yeah. I love what you're saying na it's not only a mom-baby thing. Kasi nga, akala natin, marami sa atin na nagsasabi na, ay, hindi ko kaya magpadede. Wala lang kasi akong gatas. And sometimes I wanna poke further and ask the nanay na, wala ka bang gatas o nawalan ka na lang dahil wala ka talagang suporta?
Totoo.
Dahil in my own experience, I feel like if the people around me didn't support me, if my husband was like somebody who said na, ay, bahala ka dyan, mag-isa ka dyan, kayo na lang ng anak mo, I probably wouldn't have succeeded in breastfeeding, and I would have thought siguro na, wala lang kasi akong gatas. So it's really about also the support that you get.
Yeah, it's a whole ecosystem. Hindi kasi siya, the mother is not breastfeeding in a vacuum. The
Right.
mother and the baby, they're not, the whole, it's a community.
Right. So kung gusto kong, ako ngayon, buntis ako ngayon, magiging bago akong nanay, it's going to be my first time to encounter breastfeeding, what is a good step to take so I can ensure na magiging supported yung journey ko? Kasi hindi ko sasabihin na ma-ensure na smooth. Kasi hindi naman palaging smooth ang breastfeeding journey. But just to ensure na meron akong suporta para dito, what should I do?
Buntis ka pa lang, dapat desidido ka na.
Okay.
And attend classes. There are many classes for breastfeeding, for childbirth, parenting classes. Pinay Doulas Collective has.
Right.
Parenting classes in Manila has. Dula Ross, Dula Pat. So many. Marami naman, na who are giving classes for pregnant moms.
Are there specific pages that we could parang talagang follow so we are updated, like a bulletin board of some sort?
Oh, well, Breastfeeding Pinays has.
Yes.
Gentle Birth.
It's still
in
on
the
Facebook,
Philippines.
right?
Yes. Facebook.
So Gentle Birth and then Breastfeeding Pinays.
Pinays, parenting classes in Manila.
Yeah.
And Pinay Doulas Collective. Yan. Dula Ross and Dula Pat.
So when they do like talks, so these communities, these entities, do they do it just for the mom or do they do it for like everyone?
Well, ang Arugaan also is community-based.
Yes.
Yes. So, meron din yan. There are actually many, like Latch also has. So, they just follow these pages and then they announce naman the classes that they're offering.
And but do you advise na yung nanay lang ang pumunta or okay din bang isama yung
dalhin mo
asawa?
isang barangay.
Yes, okay.
Dalhin mo yung isang barangay.
Ako ay oo. I agree with that. Like ako, looking back, I probably would have brought my husband more to like breastfeeding talks. So he really understands. Although I'm grateful that my husband, regardless of like being able to listen to anything or not, he just was present and he did everything so I could succeed in that journey of breastfeeding. But I'm pretty sure that out there, marami po tayong mga asawa na hindi nila alam kung ano ang nangyayari kapag nagpapadede ang isang ina.
Mm-mm.
So, sa mga ganitong talks, you advise that dalhin nila lahat.
Dalhin. Yung lola, yung mga ate nila sa bahay, bring everyone that you think na would really, really be able to help you and support you.
Yeah, iba rin kasi kapag alam nila kung ano
Mm-mm.
yung haharapin pa lang ng isang nanay. But let's talk about the realities of breastfeeding. Ano nga ba ang realidad ng breastfeeding? Is it just that, kasi 'di ba pag nakakakita tayo ng picture, palaging nakangiti ang mommy dun sa baby. So parang feeling mo, madali lang siguro magpadede. And I think the shock of our life is that when we start, it's not easy at all.
Kasi usually, yung mga pictures na yan, 2 months old na yung baby. Pag mga 1 week old, hindi.
Okay, why is
Lahat
that so?
Lahat ng butas sa katawan mo, may liquid na lumalabas. Yung mata mo, umiiyak ka, ganyan. Tapos, diba, this the first 2 weeks, they're the most difficult. And kung titingnan mo, bakit sila nag-stop breastfeeding? Bakit parang give up na ako?
Oo.
3 lang yun 3 lang yung reasons niya.
Okay.
One is that masakit yung utong nila. Painful breastfeeding. Number 2 is that mother-baby separation. Number 3, yung pangatlo is zombie na siya.
Yes. Okay, let's go through them ng in-depth, no?
In-depth.
Okay, so yung masakit ang utong, totoo yan.
Oo.
Nangyari yan sa akin. Nagulat ako na sobra niyang sakit at nasusugat at dumudugo
Yes.
na hindi mo na alam paano ba itong gagaling kung palaging dumidede, may sugat ako, tapos okay lang ba pag merong dugo? Ang dami mong question when that happens. So let's go in depth. Ano bang ginagawa kapag ganun?
Well, first, hindi ka naman kailangan maging martir. Diba? Maraming help. No?
Mhm.
There are breastfeeding counselors, there are breastfeeding support groups, there are breastfeeding friendly doctors. Parang you have lactation massage therapists.
Right.
Pwede kang pumunta sa facility, sa hospital. May mga pumupunta din sa mga bahay.
Mm-mm.
So, parang all the support is there.
So tap it. Kung nasaan man yan,
Oh,
kumuha ka ng
kumuha
suporta.
na. Kasi
Kasi
the earlier ma-address yan, the
the
better,
higher
mas
your chances
pwede-
for
for
success.
success. Kasi hindi mo naman kailangang magtiis
Hindi mo kailangan magtiis.
Oo, pag may problema, may karampatan na solusyon. Yun yung sa breastfeeding. You just need to find the right people to support you.
Pero bakit ba tayo nagkakaroon ng sugat? At bakit masakit ang
Kasi,
breastfeeding?
Well, because breastfeeding, hindi siya instinctive. Akala ng mga tao, instinctive siya. Hindi. It's both an art and a skill. And the first few days, first few weeks, the baby is still learning to latch, to suckle on the breast. And the mother is still also learning how to hold the baby.
Mhm.
Yung paghawak lang sa baby, kailangan niyang matutunan Kasi pag makikita mo the first time yan, always yan, takot na takot sila ilapat yung baby sa kanila. Ibig sabihin is skin to skin or
Oo.
tummy to tummy.
Oo.
Takot na takot sila. So that's where, ibig sabihin hindi maganda yung latch pag ganyan.
Oo.
Pag ganon. Tapos nagsistabilize pa yung milk niya. No?
Masyadong maraming nangyayari.
But too many things that happening. So the baby is learning to breastfeed, the mommy is learning, on how to breastfeed the baby. So yan talaga yung first few days, and well, let's just say that first 2 weeks is really difficult.
And this is also when you get the parang soreness, sugat, tsaka pati yung pagiging engorged na.
So around day 4, 5, biglang dami ng milk.
And the reason is
Kasi nag-transition ka from colostrum to
mature milk.
mature milk.
Oo.
So that's the transition period na parang yung katawan mo, parang wait lang.
Oo.
So is the hormones and everything's going on. No?
Oo.
So, at that time, kailangan niya ng support.
Mm-mm.
Ang sakit ng engorgement.
So I hope that there are dads listening also, and even siblings, lolo, lola, di ba, na kung merong buntis sa paligid ninyo na nais mag-breastfeed, sana alam natin na so many things are going on with our bodies when we give birth to the baby. And for us to have a good breastfeeding journey, sana maintindihan nyo na kailangan nyo siyang suportahan.
Totoo.
Anong gagawin ko kung sugat na yung
Well, you
boobs
have to
ko?
call a breastfeeding counselor.
Okay.
Kasi hindi pwedeng hayaan mo siya. Kasi
Talaga?
pag nag-sore nipples ka, ang next niyan is maybe infection, maybe mastitis, 'di ba? So, parang it's a domino effect. So, sa sore nipples pa lang, dapat
Tumawag ka na.
tumawag ka na.
Actually, in my own experience, I would say yes because lalo na kapag first. Kasi kapag natutunan mo na sa first, pag nagkaroon ka na ng second, ng third, alam mo na yung gagawin mo.
Oo.
But if it's your first, tama nga wag kang magpakamartir. Wag mong tiisin mag-isa, magpaturo ka na. And I think that's what I did right with my first. I called the mga nanays
Oo.
and asked for a lactation massage, one. Second, they taught me how to hold.
Yeah.
'Di ba? May football, may ano nga ba yung yung sa
Reverse
side lying, ganon,
Sideline.
Oo.
Marami yan, laid back, ganyan.
Oo, dahil nakalimutan ko na lahat ng terms. Pero nung tinuturo niya sa akin, ang gustong-gusto ko ay nasa bahay sila at ino-observe nila ako.
Mm-mm.
It's not a very distant na, kunwari mo ngayon kasi pwede nang i-chat GPT lahat, 'di ba?
Oo.
Ang chat GPT kasi hindi siya makakalapit sa'yo at hindi kanya matitingnan kung tama nga ba yung paghawak mo sa bata. How does that matter? Yung paghawak mo tsaka yung success mo sa breastfeeding?
Alam mo, basic yan dapat natutunan. Pag wrong ang hawak mo sa baby, mali na lahat-lahat. Pag talagang sugat-sugat utong mo, talagang mag-engorge ka, talagang mag-plug duct ka.
So,
Mga
maaring
ganyan.
yung mga so ano yung mga natin, mga problema natin, may plug duct, engorgement,
Engorgement.
soreness,
Mastitis.
mastitis.
Oo.
Yung mga yan, maaring dala ng maling paghawak.
Yes. Kasi yung basic is, tummy to tummy, di ba? Sabi na, chest to chest. Pero parang tummy to tummy. Pareho lang yun. Dapat lapat yung baby
Mm-mm.
sa suso mo. So that alone na bring the baby to you. Not you to the baby. Makikita mo, first time moms, nakaganyan. It's like, magaganyan ka talaga.
Oo,
Nakayuko ka
ano
talaga,
na,
2
oo.
hours kang
Kaya ang sakit
nakaganyan.
ng likod
Oo.
Oo.
Which shouldn't be.
So, may proper form
Yes.
ang breastfeeding.
Proper form sa paghawak, no? Kay baby, proper latch ni baby.
Yes. Yan, okay. Yung sa latching, paano mo alam na tama yung latch?
Fish lips.
Yes.
Nakaganon, 'di ba? Tapos akala kasi ng mga nanay na pag yung baby nasa breast, may naiinom na siya. Hindi Pag may mga babies na pag i-observe mo siya,
Oo.
tuloy-tuloy. Pero kasi walang pause.
So, hindi tama.
Ibig
Kasi
sabihin,
hindi
wala
lumulunok
siyang, Oo. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang nasi-strip na milk from the breast. So, wala siyang nakukuha. Kasi pag nakukuha yun, magpo-pause yan, lulunok.
Correct.
So, may mga babies na mabilis sa breast. Wala. Pero walang pause. Ibig sabihin, hindi maganda yung lapat niya sa suso.
So, kailangan talaga kapag nagpapadede tayo, ay tinitingnan din natin yung bata, no? Na paano
Oo.
ba
Pero
siya?
paano ka naman as a first time mom? Titingnan mo, wala ka namang alam.
That's true. Tama nga yun. Kaya dito na pumapasok talaga na meron kang outside help.
Yes.
Yung mga nakakakita, which I've done for my sister-in-law also. Because ako nga, alam ko na nakadalawa na akong padede. So alam ko na yung itsura ng batang nakakainom ng gatas talaga sa hindi. Tsaka kung ano ang dapat na posisyon. So, dito na talaga pumapasok yung knowledgeable na kasama.
Yes. Ang tawag doon, skilled breastfeeding support.
Yes. So, better na ma-observe kayo.
Oo.
Okay. So, you said earlier, number 1,
First,
utong?
mother-baby separation.
Okay, ano tong mother-baby separation?
Well, if, for example, preemie babies that they have to go to the NICU and yung kagaya ko, no, na for some reason, they did not room in my baby.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was painful for me. And yung mothers na nagtatrabaho, we have more opportunities
True.
now, no? Kasi may mga hybrid work na, may work from home.
Oo.
Pero paano yung mga mothers na nasa opisina? Talaga kailangan nilang mag-opisina. So they need, number 1, kailangan nila ng safe space to express their milk. At saka, kung maaari, meron bang daycare creche sa
Yes.
building para maiwan niya yung baby niya? And then just go to the baby. Kasi may batas naman tayo na paid lactation break. That's 40 minutes. Paid lactation break.
So, nasa
Aside
batas
from-
natin
meron
yan.
tayong batas.
Really?
Yes, Expanded Breastfeeding Promotion Act.
So, ibig sabihin, maaari nating dali ng mga anak natin?
Especially if some offices, they're very, very welcoming to mother babies, no? Which is really good. But they also need a place to, parang a place for the babies.
Mhm.
It is one talagang sana magkaroon ng parang place talaga yung mga opisina.
Sana dumami pa.
Dumami
Yung
pa.
mga ganon.
Kasi ang hirap maghanap ngayon ng help sa bahay.
Yes. And I would rather na kasama mo talaga ang anak mo
Oo.
naman, lalo na sa ganung kaliit pang bata, 'di ba? Na ikaw talaga nagde-direct breastfeeding ka talaga. But that's very good to know. So, I think there are two things that we need to mention here. Is one, dapat kapag kapanganak mo, hindi nahihiwalay sa iyo ang bata.
Oo.
Meron tayong tinatawag na unang yakap, 'di ba?
Unang yakap, tama.
Paki-explain naman po anong ibig sabihin ng unang
It's
yakap.
a 4-step. Apat siya na step. So, paglabas ni baby, no, nilalagay siya dito sa chest, tapos dinadry siya dito sa chest. Tapos, inaantay yung pulsation of the cord. So, timely cord clamping. Usually, it's 1 to 3 minutes bago kinakat yung cord. Kasi, 1/3 of the blood of the baby nasa placenta. So, dapat matatanggap niya yun. Ma-receive niya yun.
Oo.
After that, kinakat yung umbilical cord. Yung cord na.
Yes.
And then after that, early initiation of breastfeeding. So, 1 oras yan dapat. That window is called the golden hour. Although now it's called essential intrapartum and newborn care. But that's the golden hour para talagang nandun lang skin to skin yung baby sa mom.
So, ang unang-unang oras ng buhay ng anak ninyo paglabas, dapat kasama nyo.
Yes.
Hindi dapat hinihiwalay sa inyo. And that has something to do with your success sa breastfeeding,
Isa
no?
din yan sa success. Kasi
separation na
oxytocin
kayo
yan
kung... Yes, yun. Paki-explain nga po, ano po ba yung nangyayari kapag magkasama kayo ng anak nyo?
Tumataas yung oxytocin. So,
Oxytocin is a
it's
hormone and they call it
It's
the
a
hormone of love.
Oh,
Yes.
love hormone.
Yes.
So, it's the same hormone, for sex
Yes.
and for labor,
Mm-mm.
so for contractions, and also for breastfeeding.
So doon pa lang, hindi siya magpa-pump kung hindi kayo nag-bond na dalawa sa
Oo.
unang yakap na yon, hindi ba?
No, it's all natural na skin to skin, ganyan. And they call it the microbiome, the inoculation of the bacteria.
Mhm.
So, yung si baby, malinis yan siya.
Tama.
Sobrang linis yan. No? Sterile yan siya. So, basically, yung mom, yung bacteria ng mom, inoculate siya. So, parang lalagyan siya ng bacteria.
Okay.
No?
But for the baby's own good, right?
Yeah, that is for the
Yes.
baby's own good.
Oo.
Bakit? Kasi they share immunity. Mag-share sila ng immunity na yon, which is nakaka-help sa immune system ni baby. And with the colostrum also. No, so that's the first
The first milk,
So,
yes.
huwag kayong maniwala na sabihin na walang gatas ka. Kasi
Hindi totoo yun.
Oo, kasi
Oo,
may
bakit?
colostrum ka eh.
Yes.
Gatas yun. Ano naman yun, diba?
Oo.
It's patak-patak lang yung kailangan ni baby. And it's very, very potent and powerful.
I see. So yun yung isang kailangan nating i-guard, no? Kapag kapanganak natin, unang yakap.
Mm-mm.
Pangalawa, yung sinasabi mo kanina na there's a 40 minutes. Tama ba ako? 40 minutes.
Paid lactation break.
Yes. So kapag ka sa isang, 40 minutes total for the whole day? Or
yeah, additional. So you have lunch breaks, right? You have
right.
snack break.
Mm-mm.
And then that's additional 40 minutes paid lactation break. Pwede mong i-split 20-20, 20 sa morning.
Bahala ka, oo.
Yeah. But it should be paid lactation
Wow. Oh, you guys ha. I hope nakikinig kayo, yung mga bagong nanay dyan, na lalo na kung kayo ay nagtatrabaho, ito yung mga pwede nyong ilaban. 'Di ba? Dahil nasa batas yan.
break. Yes.
Okay, so utong, pangalawa, mother-baby separation, and the
Separation.
third is,
Zombie.
ano yung zombie? Ano yung zombie?
Sobrang exhausted na yung nanay.
Mhm.
Because nagbe-breastfeed siya. No? Tapos, kailangan pa niyang tumayo para magluto.
Tama.
Kailangan pa niyang maglaba.
Tama.
Hindi pa siya natutulog. No? So, ano ba talaga?
Yes.
Saan yung mga ibang tao dito sa bahay?
Oo. So,
So,
dito na pumapasok yung community.
Yes. You know, the help from the husband, the help from the families, ganyan. Kasi, don't expect too much from her. Because she's doing already the
So
work of
much.
one battalion.
Dinala na nga yung baby, nilabas, nagpapadede pa.
Hindi mo pa sinabi yung 9 months na pagbubuntis.
Iyan, di sabi ko dinala. Oo,
Dinala pala, sorry.
dinala. Diba? Nagdala siya ng 9 months. O, diba?
Siyam na buwan yun.
At
Tapos
depende
ilang
pa
oras
kung...
ka nagli-labor
Correct.
and delivery. Diba?
Tandaan nyo po, nagle-labor. Labor.
It's physical.
Labor means the woman is working.
Yes.
Correct? So, we do a lot of work until sa pagpapadede rin, di ba? We do. So, ang tanong ko ngayon, kung sobrang hirap pala magpadede at hindi naman siya ganun ka-natural, ang daming ginagawa ng nanay, mazozombie ka pa, bakit ba kailangan pa ako magpadede?
Well, sinasabi nila kasi we also have a responsibility to protect the next generation. Kasi that's the one major role of the mother, to always protect the next generation. But kung titingnan mo yung short and long-term benefits of breastfeeding, may 3 din yan.
Okay, ano yung
Yeah,
tatlo?
Tatlo. Nutrition, immunity,
Okay.
and number 3, economics.
Oh, yes. Okay, sige. Nutrition muna.
Nutrition. So, alam mo ba, there's what you call bioavailability, na halos 100% ng components ng breast milk na absorb sa katawan ni baby. That's why around 1 month, around 4 to 6 weeks, hindi yan yung baby everyday dumudumi. Hindi siya everyday
Kasi
pumupupo.
nakukuha talaga ng katawan niya.
Yes, kasi na-absorb niya halos 100% of the breast milk.
And there's no other food that's like this, right?
Yes.
Kasi lahat, kapag ka po inisip nyo, ang mga kinakain natin pagkain, hindi naman lahat yan ay naa-absorb eh.
Hindi.
Kaya nga tayo dumudumi.
Yes.
Dahil may nagiging waste.
Uh-uh.
So, pero sa breast milk, ganun kagaling ang breast milk that your body almost
Yes.
100%.
Ina-absorb niya. Kaya sinasabi nila, ba't ang konti ng iron sa breast milk? Konti lang kasi konti lang yung kailangan ni baby. At maski konti yon, bioavailable yon. Ibig sabihin,
na-absorb niya lahat. Tama yun.
Uh-uh.
Kasi kahit na marami kang in-ingest na iron,
Uh-uh.
kung hindi mo naman na-absorb, di bali wala rin.
Ang breast milk has buhay. It's a living organism.
Yes.
Buhay siya, no? Kaya siya bioavailable din. No?
Kasi araw-araw nagbabago siya.
Bago siya. Which goes to the second part, na
Immunity, okay.
There's what you call sa breastfeeding na enteromammary pathway.
Mhm.
This is, pag-usap, no? Nagkikipag-usap yung katawan.
Yung katawan mo sa bata.
Katawan
Oo,
ng
sa
baby.
silang dalawa, kayong
Oo.
dalawa, oo.
So, yung bibig ni baby, pag naglalatch siya sa utong, halimbawa may sakit siya, may some pathogen siya or bacteria, germs, sasabihin niya dun sa utong, "Huy, utong, may
Kailangan
sakit ako."
ko ng ganito,
Oo.
oo.
So, yung utong magsisignal sa utak ng mami tsaka tiyan ni mami, no, uy, kagawa tayo ng ganito. So, special delivery system,
I
kumbaga.
know.
So, amazing, di ba?
At saka, hindi mo na kailangan ng ref.
Oo, buhay siya.
Oo.
It's a active communication talaga, no, between the baby and the mom's
Yeah.
body. You would never find anything like it.
Never,
It's
yes.
really, really amazing how God has designed it to be.
I agree. I mean, like, it's highly customizable. It's so
Yes.
personalized. Like, one baby can different from the other.
Yeah.
And so what is being delivered to you is exactly what you need.
Yes.
And that's why there's this verse in the Bible that I super, super love. It's from Psalm 22. You made me trust you at my mother's breast.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because I feel like even the provision of God for our lives, you first get a taste of it by the breastfeeding act na, when I get out of the womb, what's my certainty that I will be okay? But if my mom gives me that breast milk, that is my assurance that God is providing for me. As early as my first day of life, may provision na si God sa akin through my mother's breast. Kaya love na love ko yung verse na yun. Kasi it really highlights how it is a God-designed activity. Diba? There must be someone divine for us to have breastfeeding. Yeah, so you were saying nutrition, immunity?
Nutrition, immunity, and economics.
Okay, economics.
Okay, economics. Ito yung talaga, no? Kasi mothers are doing so many, parang unpaid work. Unpaid work.
Mm-hmm.
And really, breastfeeding is one of the unpaid work that we do.
Yes.
So, 20 years ago, they made a study. They call it breast milk valuation. Na they valued, so tiningnan nila yung ingredients ng breast milk. This was a 20-year-old study, 20-something. Parang yung value ng breast milk, 1 liter is to $100.
Mm-hmm.
Yun yung
Wow.
So imagine mo.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
No. Can you imagine that value right now? Sabihin mo lang, sige, sabihin natin na hindi nag-change. Na pa rin siya, $100 pa rin per liter.
Okay.
So that's what? 6,000 pesos a day? Sabihin mo, 1 liter yung naiinom ni baby in a day. No, the 6,000 is how much in a month? So 30 times 6, that's 180,000 a month. A year, that's about 2 million. Wala namang nagbibigay sa'yo ng 2 million eh.
But also, I feel like, that's kind of like, well, how much do you save?
How much
from
do you
not
save?
buying your milk?
So, how much is the formula now?
Yeah, exactly.
Diba? That's so expensive. You go
I thought
to the
the valuation was based on that, but it's
No,
not
no, it's
pala.
not.
It's
This
just
one
really
is
valuation of the
breast
milk. Okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
when you go to the aisle, tingnan mo yan, isang lata yan, that's just good for like 5 days. How
Okay.
much will you spend? Akala kasi nila, yung bibilhin mo is the formula lang. But, meron ka pa kasing tubig.
May tubig ka, may bote.
May bote ka pa. Marami kang bibilhin. Yung gasol mo sa pag-init, diba?
Mhm.
Ang dami mo, maglilinis ka pa, yun talaga yung heat na heat ko.
Yes.
Nung mixed feeding ako.
Oo.
Gusto ko talaga ibato yung bote. Like, that's so much, parang sobrang trabaho na yun.
Yeah, actually, kami ng kaibigan ko, so I have a very good friend right now. Her name's Laurent. And she's got almost 1-year-old na yung baby niya. And she's an athlete. And she needs to like be away for, short bursts of time just because she needs to train and this and that. Naisip niya na at some point na parang baka dapat i-formula ko na ba yung anak ko or ipadede ko na lang yung milk ko from the bottle because she pumps din naman also. Pero sabi niya sa akin, agree siya sa sinabi ko sa kanya from before na nothing beats the salpak.
Totoo.
Sabi ko, napakadali ng buhay mo pag sinalpak mo lang yung bata tapos, tapos, 'di ba? Kesa magtitimpla ka pa ng gatas, hugasan mo pa yung bote. Sa gitna pa to ng gabi kung kailan zombie ka na nga. I think that's how I quit also feeding my first baby on the bottle, through the bottle because I just got tired. I was pumping my milk. Every day, I would transfer it. Di ba? Ita-transfer pa yun
That's
sa...
a lot of work.
Yes. So, nagpadede ka na nga. Nagpump pa ako. Nilagay ko pa sa bag. Ganun. Tapos, pagka papainom ko sa kanya, itoto ko pa. Ang dami masyado na sabi ko, you know what? Isalpak na lang natin yung bata. That is the easiest and the most relaxed kind of life I can imagine right now for the two of us.
Yeah. So
those are the...
This gives you freedom.
So yeah, and I love your point about the economics na parang the valuation is like, and I want that to be something that people know also around us, especially by the husbands. Your wife is doing worth 2 million
a year na trabaho.
a year's worth, 'di ba? Parang yan ang ginagawa niya essentially kapag nagpapadede siya ng anak niya. So kung ako sa inyo, bilan niyo na yan ng something just to say thank you, 'di ba? For
Of course.
carrying, for pushing, laboring, now dedeing.
Yeah. Kasi sabi there's an economist, Dr. Julie Smith, nagawa siya ng study na for the formula, for every dollar you spend on formula, you spend 60 cents on healthcare.
Oh.
Kasi nga, 'di ba, poor yung nutrition ng mga
Right.
formula-fed babies and yung nakukuha nila na nutrition
Oo.
at immune system
Oo.
compared to a breastfed baby. So, parang, ganun pala yung kalaki nung burden of not breastfeeding.
Yeah. I mean like
Economic burden of not breastfeeding.
Oo, hindi lang siya sa simpleng bumili ako ng gatas. Kung hindi, even far into the future of the child, 'di ba? Na
Yes.
marami rin tayong hindi nakakalculate na ano ba ang naidulot nito sa health ng anak ko. I mean, I'm still grateful that for those who really have absolutely like zero option, at least meron ang gumagawa ng mga okay naman na kahit papanong gatas. Pero it still remains that the best kind of milk that you can give your child, not only for now, your baby, no, but far into the future, is the mother's milk.
Kasi ang first talaga na ginagawa ng breast milk, pag titingnan mo yung components niya, is to build the brain. So
To build the brain. Yun ang unang
development.
ginagawa niya.
Kaya kasi yun talaga para matuto siyang, when you do the brain thing, dun din nagfa-follow paano mag-crawl, paano
Yes, kasi
mag-walk.
without the brain, walang magko-command Walang
Synchrony.
command center.
Yes. So, synchrony yun. Synchrony yun dapat. So, kaya yung sa studies, longitudinal studies, about more than 20 studies na longitudinal, sinasabi talaga nila, the longer you breastfeed, the higher the IQ.
Wow.
And it reaches 10 to 12 higher IQ points.
I think we've talked enough, and I think even social media also has a very good job of like letting us know why breastfeeding is really the best that we could give for our babies. But I wanna ask now, what if breastfeeding is really not possible? So like let's say, meron ba talaga mga nanay na walang gatas?
Wala. Lahat sila may gatas.
Okay.
Pero, kasi pag tinitingnan mo, yung nanay, sabihin mo, uy, magpa-breastfeed ka. Pero, we're talking to the wrong person yata. Kasi hindi siya dapat kino-convince to breastfeed. Kasi, no mother, lahat ng nanay gusto yung best sa anak niya.
Mm-hmm.
Kailangan yata nating kausapin yung tatay, yung grandparents, yung community niya, yung opisina niya, yung hospital, yung gobyerno natin, no? Kasi breastfeeding is, yes, biological. Very biological. Hindi siya instinctive, pero it is biological. But to sustain breastfeeding, you need the policy. Ibig sabihin, it's the government, the people surrounding
It's
the
everything
women.
else.
Yes. Para mag-succeed siya.
So what you're saying essentially is that wala namang nanay na walang gatas. Meron lang talagang nanay na nawawalan ng gatas dahil sa
Poor support.
poor support.
Yes.
Yes.
So, lahat ng nanay, gusto talaga nilang magpasuso kung alam lang nila.
Oo.
Diba? Pag
I
alam
think
lang nila.
a lot of moms also give up too soon.
Yes, kasi pagod na pagod siya.
Oo.
Ang sakit, 'di ba? What were the 3 things? It's nipple pain, mother-baby separation, and exhausted talaga siya.
Yes.
Zombie na talaga. She cannot. Parang, hindi ko na kaya. Give up na ako. Wala na akong tulog for 1 week.
Actually, I have my own personal story also of like how I just knew that, mahirap talaga at mawawalan ka nga talaga ng gatas kung may mga mangyari out of that bubble, right? So like, what happened to me with my second child was that my first was like breastfed successfully. Okay kami, naitawid namin. Mahirap nung una, pero after that, for the next, hanggang mag 2 years old siya, Walang kaproble-problema, busog na busog siya sa gatas ko. Come my second child, about 5 years later, we were doing fine. We were doing so well until one day, the baby just cries and cries and cries. Parang wala siyang nakukuhang gatas sa akin. But then if I connect the dots, that was also the time that my father passed. So I feel like stress really affected my ability to produce milk. So ang ginawa ko noon ay, I think it was arugaan, na yung parang mga nanay na mga arugaan ang si Nanay Richie pa, she already
I
passed.
know.
Nanay Richie was the one who helped me with my second child to just keep on, I pushed and pushed kasi nung nawala, sabi ko hindi ako pwedeng bumigay. Gusto ko maibigay sa kanya yung best. So I kept on looking for ways. And while I was trying to work on my relactation, what I did was I was connected to someone who had milk and she donated her milk to me. So yun muna ang pinapadede ko sa anak ko habang relactate ako. Para nagpapadami ako ulit ng gatas. And you know what, guys? Naitawid ko. Kasi pwede nating sabihin na wala ka talagang gatas eh. Pero yun na ba ang end? Is that where we're going to end the story na wala akong gatas, bye, okay, I'm just not gonna push. But I tell you, if you push, you will have your milk. You're going to find that milk because it happened to me na kapag relactate ako, and at the same time, I didn't have to succumb to formula because there were people who were donating. May mga nanay na, okay, ito may extra akong gatas. Ito muna ang ipainom mo habang nagpaparelactate ka. And one thing that I will have to add, even though nagbote siya nun, ano ko na yun, parang niiyakan ko na siya kasi sabi ko, ayoko, gusto ko talaga diretso sa dede ko. Pero anong magagawa ko? Wala pa naman talagang gatas dyan. Nasa stress pa ako, di ba? What I did was, pinapainom ko siya sa bote. But at the same time, pagka matutulog na siya or anytime that he needs comfort, I will put him on the breast. I did
That's
not
great. Oo.
stop. Because a part of relactation also is to put the baby on the breast, right? So, explain nga po, Miss Velvet, how does that, like pag magpaparelactate ka, is that possible? Kunwari mo feeling talaga nung nanay, wala talaga akong gatas.
Ano yan eh, relactation, induced lactation, and induced relactation.
Okay, ano yan?
So,
Ang
relactation is, halimbawa, mother, para yung isang nangyari sa'yo, relactation yun, diba? Kumonti yung milk mo, balik sa suso.
dami. Mm-mm.
So, balik sa suso. Yung induced relactation is yung mga lola na nag-breastfeed 20 years ago na pinapasuso yung baby na nagkakagata sila.
Yung mga lola?
Yes. It's called induced relactation.
Sabagay, alam mo, pag inisip natin, kaya nga may wet nurse dati, di ba?
Oo. And then the third one is induced lactation. Yun yung may mga nag-adapt ng baby na hindi sila
Okay.
nabuntis,
Yes.
na pinapasuso nila yung baby nila.
Paano ginagawa yun? Ano ang
Wala,
steps?
As long as may nagsasakol sa breast,
May gagawa. May
gagawa
gagawin.
siya ng, i-induce niya yung sarili niya to make milk.
So you just have to keep putting the baby
Yes.
on the breast.
Yes. But you need skilled breastfeeding support.
I was gonna say, oo. Kasi parang,
Hindi siya pwedeng self-help.
kaya
and
totoo
hindi
rin.
pwedeng
yes,
DIY.
Tama. Oo, hindi rin pwedeng chat GPT, no?
Hindi.
Oo. So kailangan talaga may maayos at nakakaalam, 'di ba? May
Skilled breastfeeding
skilled.
support. Tama, maayos
Oo.
at nakakaalam.
Oo, kasi kung hindi, oo nga, kung mag-isa ka lang, mas madaling mag-give up kasi you don't know what you're looking for.
Oo. Yes.
I see. So, but may pag-asa.
May
So, ibig
pag-asa.
sabihin, kapag wala kang gatas,
Oo.
wag muna nating i-end doon.
Oo.
Kumbaga, gawin natin ang lahat
Exhaust all means.
bago mo sabihin na it's really not for
Oo.
me.
Kasi kung yes, there are literatures na sinasabi, there are some moms, but these are very, very few.
Mhm.
Ilang percent lang to of the population. Tapos sa Pilipinas, sa Manila ka pa lang, ang daming generous moms. So, hindi siya kailangan na mag-formula yung bata. Kasi maraming generous moms na who are willing to support you and give you breast milk.
Actually, I was gonna ask about that. Parang, is this something that you encourage na yung mga nanay, meron kasing mga sapat lang yung gatas nila, meron onte, kasi nga, for whatever reason, right? Pero meron din naman na sagana. Sobrang dami nila. Talagang,
And you just connect these moms.
anong payo natin? Kasi there might be someone who's listening na that's me. Like I really overproduce milk. What is your advice to them?
It's always mothers helping other mothers.
yes.
If you are on that part na hindi madamot yung suso
Oo.
'Di ba? Hindi siya madamot. It's a law of demand and supply. So pag maraming lumalabas,
Mas
maraming
lalo pa siyang
dumadami.
maglalabas. Oo.
And we are sometimes motherhood, we are connected by our children.
Mm-mm.
It's our children that connects us. Like my friends, I have friends just because I help them with breastfeeding.
Yes.
In one way or another. So, hanggang ngayon, kaibigan ko pa rin sila, and
It's such a deep connection.
I know they have my back because one time in their life, when it was the darkest, I was a candle.
Mm-mm.
Ako yung ilaw nila.
Oo.
So, this is also building connections.
Right.
And this is building your community
Mm-mm.
of, mothers.
And I think it's worth highlighting that just like what it was for my own story, no, na if you have excess milk, donate it kasi who knows, it might be the gap. It might be filling in the gap between the kumbaga na wala ng gatas to the next part wherein makakapagpadede siya ulit. Baka ito lang yung missing link na kasi like for me, no, I was trying to relactate. What do I do? In the time being, my child has to be fed. But if I
Totoo.
can't produce it, somebody donated, it was able to fill the gap. And because that was there, naitawid ko, nakaabot ako dun sa part na, okay, may gatas na ako ulit.
Mm-mm.
At yun talaga yung aking, hindi ko makalimutan yun na sanay na
Can
akong
you
padede.
imagine the generosity of those mothers? who have
Yes!
They didn't know you. Sino ka sa buhay nila?
Exactly.
Diba? And this is all, such people.
You know
so
what?
loving.
All the more I'm appreciating what you're saying na it's a community act. Because if you think about it in literature, there were wet nurses. And tinuruan ako nila Nanay Richie, alam mo, kapag inisip mo noong unang panahon, paano ba umaalis ang mga nanay para makapagtrabaho? They have their wet nurses.
I was a wet nurse baby.
Wow.
So my mother's a teacher. And so she would teach. Pupunta siya sa school. Magturo siya. And then when I'm crying, I would breastfeed on my aunt.
Talaga?
So I was a wet nurse baby.
Yung
So tawag nito wet nursing. Kasi sinasabi nila, parang sa slavery yan, ganyan. Sa kanila yon. Pero sa Pilipinas, it's called nanay sa suso.
oo.
It's such a beautiful word.
I know. I mean, when nung in-explain siya sa akin ni Nanay Richie before na parang sa tingin mo sa mga villages, paano ba sila nagpapalaki ng bata? Sila nagpapasuso ng mga anak nila. 'Di ba? Pag umaalis ang isang ina, merong iba na pwedeng magpasuso sa kanya. And I think it's called cross-feeding also.
Cross nursing.
Cross
Yes.
nursing. Oh, sorry, cross nursing. What is cross nursing?
So, halimbawa, marami akong susuko, marami akong gatas, and I have this baby. And then ikaw, konti lang yung gatas mo, no? Maybe may medical issues ka or may mga gamot ka
Oo,
that you need
yes.
to take. So, yung baby ko
Tama.
sususo sa baby mo. Sa suso mo. So, my baby would breastfeed on you kasi magaling siya sumuso Magaling siya sumuso.
Yes.
So, mas-stimulate yung breast mo to produce more milk. Yung baby mo, sabihin natin, medyo lazy siya sumuso. But because ang dami kong gatas, nagaganahan siya. Kasi konting pa lang niya, this is sarap.
Yes.
This is sarap. So,
So, mai-encourage siya.
Oo. So, this is cross-nursing. this is a community of women.
Right. Yes. I mean, like, you will always find someone, especially in communities that are really, kumbaga, they have that resolve to help one another.
Yeah.
'Di ba? Makakahanap ka ng tutulong na specific doon sa problema mo. Kaya nga lagi ko sinasabi, oo, sige, sabihin mo na wala kang gatas. Pero wag muna nating tuldukan yan. Gawin muna natin lahat
You
ng
exhaust all
posibleng
means.
gagawin. 'Di ba? Pwedeng gawin. So, pwede tayong, and I think the best place to go for that would be Breastfeeding Pinays
Yeah.
and also Arugaan, right?
Oo.
Makakahanap. Magtanong lang po tayo doon kung isa kang nanay ngayon na nahihirapan sa pagpapasuso, feeling mo, ay, parang this is not for me. Mahirap yata to, wala yata akong gatas. Wait a minute. Wag muna po natin lagyan ng period yung story nyo. You can go to these communities first. Exhaust all options. And when you've done everything and it still doesn't have, then maybe that's the time to reconsider other things. But please, wag nyong ayawan yung napakaraming paraan na pwede kayong tulungan. Kasi this is best for your
Totoo.
baby, but it's also best for you. I always say that, and the world says breastfeeding is best for babies, right? Breast milk. But breastfeeding is also best for mommies.
Yeah. It lowers the risk for ovarian, endometrial, and breast cancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like, aside from that, there's so much joy in the act of, in the beginning, it's hard. But when you get the hang of it, I find it so beautiful. And tama ba ako? You release oxytocin when you're
Yeah.
breastfeeding?
It's called the milk ejection reflex.
Okay.
Milk letdown. So, tumataas yung oxytocin. So, that's the love hormone.
And when you have so much love hormone in your body, you feel the love. You feel happy. And it's good for you overall.
Yes. Talagang it's breastfeeding kasi is one of the greatest equalizer in this world. Anong ibig sabihin ng equalizer? It doesn't matter kung mayaman ka o mahirap.
Mm-hmm.
Maganda ka or yung kutis mo is puti or itim, brown or yellow. Doesn't matter. You know, so as long as may sumususo sa suso mo, may lalabas na gatas yan.
Yeah, it's really, hindi nga talaga siya base sa kung anong estado natin sa buhay.
Wala sa
Lahat
estado.
tayo.
So really one of the greatest equalizer na
Yes.
talagang maibibigay ng katawan mo. You know, but you just really need skilled breastfeeding support. Kasi
That's
hindi
one.
siya makaka-remove sa breast pag hindi tama yung latch niya eh.
Oo.
Pag
Tsaka,
very poor latch yan, wala talagang makukuha yan na gatas from the breast.
oh yeah, we haven't even touched on latching yet.
Yeah.
And I think there are many reasons also why a baby cannot latch well. One of which is tongue tie.
Yeah.
Ang tongue tie po ay parang pagka inangat nyo yung dila ninyo, di ba? Makikita nyo na parang may guhit o may parang
strip.
litid.
Oo,
Parang
litid.
ganun.
Oo.
May litid siya. And if you have that, it makes it harder for you to suckle properly. Am I correct po?
Oo, kasi nagmo-move yung dila eh.
Oo.
So, nahirapan mag-strip siya ng milk from the breast. So, yun.
Kapag ganun, anong ginagawa?
Nire-release talaga siya. If
Yes.
it will be, we have Dr. Girochi.
Yeah,
and-
actually, Dr. Girochi was the doctor for my second.
Oh, so you've
Nag-laser
been to
siya
her.
ng
Oo,
tongue
she-
tie. Oo.
Talagang nire-release siya. Hindi pwedeng hindi. Kasi ganun pa rin yun. Pag hindi mo ni-release yan, mahirapan yan kumain.
Oo.
Lumunok. Kasi ang movement, oral movement yan eh, ng dila. Kasi akala natin, kumakain tayo, parang gumaganan yun ng dila. Hindi. Lumalabas yan, pumapasok, nagsa-side to side yan.
Mm-mm.
So pag nag-eat na yan ng solids, mahirapan din siya. Mahirapan siya lumunok.
Actually, for all
Mahirapan
of
siya
your life,
magsalita.
if you have that tongue tie and it was never released in your life, which was, ako, ganun din ako. Later on, nagpa-release na rin ako ng tongue tie ko.
Bakit?
Pero nito lang.
Oo.
Nitong adult na lang
Oo.
ako.
Why ka nagpa-release?
It's connected to a lot of tightness in the body.
Yeah. Nagma-migraine yan eh.
Yan.
Parati ang neck, yan? A stiff
Even yung
neck, mga ganyan.
TMJD,
Oh,
yung
yeah.
dito, yung para kang
Temporomandibular
naglalakjo.
jaw. Oo.
Yes. So, guys, I know that we're touching on different things na rin now. No? We've gone beyond breastfeeding, but that's one of the things that you need to also check in yourselves and also in your kids. Are they tongue-tied?
Yeah.
Because it's dapat makausap natin yung dentista ko. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Nandito ang aking dentista very, very soon. She's going to talk about that naman. Why the tongue tie is related to a lot of our health concerns. But in terms of breastfeeding, it matters, no? Kung meron o wala.
Hindi, may indications yan for
Oo.
the baby.
Which
Diba?
are?
Nahirapan siya mag-gain ng weight. Parating bumabalik paulit-ulit yung sore nipples ng mom.
Oo.
Parating nagmay milk bleb.
Oo.
So, paulit-ulit yan. So, by that time, dapat dalhin na siya ng doktor. No?
Again, babalik na naman tayo sa dapat may skilled breastfeeding
support.
Dahil kapag wala, akala mo lang, ay wala lang. Hindi
Oo.
lang talaga kami yung chosen one
Oo.
pagdating sa breastfeeding. Pero
Tapos,
marami pa kasing problema.
So, then the doctor, like Doc Axel, she will check kung kailangan ba or hindi.
Or hindi naman.
No?
Oo.
Hindi naman. Minsan, makikita mo there na may lip tie pa, may tongue tie pa, may buccal tie pa.
Oo. Yes, merong lip tie is the one on the top, right?
Yeah,
Oo,
buccal is
magkakaiba
the
yun.
one sa cheeks.
Oo, okay.
So, yan. Parang, let's help her. Kasi gusto naman niyang magpasuso
Yes.
Oo.
So, basta gusto, may
Pag
paraan.
may gusto, may paraan talaga.
Correct. At kapag ayaw naman, may
May
dahilan, di ba? Because it's really not easy. But it's worth it.
It's worth it.
Worth
Lahat
it for the baby, but also for the mommy.
For the mom. Sobrang laking, even the economics. Even if you think about the economics, really you will spend 20,000-30,000 a month
Mhm.
for formula and all the apparatus. Diba?
And I
That's a lot
really-
of money.
Yeah. Oo, economics talaga. I mean, definitely, parang aayaw ka ba kung hindi ka naman kailangan gumastos ng sobrang-sobrang dami para lang makapagpa-feed ng child mo. And this is good for 1 year of life, right? Na primary mo yung breast milk.
So that's exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. So nothing by mouth
Yes.
except breast milk.
Correct.
For 6 months. And continued breastfeeding for 2 years and beyond. So after 6 months, you give complementary
Yes.
food.
Pero primary pa rin si breast milk,
Breast
correct?
milk pa
Until
rin.
the first year.
Till the first year. And then, breastfeed, solids and then breast
Shift na
milk.
tayo sa solids.
More on solids.
That's another thing that I want to encourage you with, guys. You know, you will have the help of solids soon. Kasi I think that's what happened to me also when I lost my breast milk at like 4 months. Iniisip ko lang, 2 buwan na lang to. May suporta na ako ng solids. Hindi na magugutom yung anak ko.
Totoo.
So,
Totoo.
kung iisipin nyo, kaya nyong ilaban So, kung kaya ilaban na natin. Because this is good for the baby and this is good for you. Ms. Velvet, thank you so much
Yes.
for your time today. And before you go, I just want to ask, what is one quote or verse that you actually live by?
With breastfeeding or
Could be breastfeeding.
kayang-kaya ng nanay magpasuso hanggat yung mga tao sa likuran niya, her whole ecosystem will support her. No mother would want the second best for her baby. Wala yan. Gustong-gusto niya yung anong kayang-kaya niya ibigay sa anak niya.
Yes.
The best. And really, yung breast milk natin, ito yung maibibigay niya na she doesn't really have to spend for anything. Nabigay na ng Diyos.
Yes.
Na the ano lang niya is hawakan yung baby niya, pasusuhin.
And this is the only thing, I guess, that only women can do, aside from getting pregnant and
Yeah.
giving birth, right? I mean, I know these are hard things, but there's also privilege in it. That you are the only one who can experience that deep kind of intimacy with your child. I think I learned it from Jack Newman na nung binasa ko yung libro niya na ang pagpapadede ay hindi lamang pagpapakain. Kung hindi, napakarami pang bagay ang pwedeng ibigay nito katulad ng comfort, katulad ng pagmamahal, katulad ng pagpacify, And ultimately, I think that relationship where you can build trust. And I feel like that's what we miss out on when we don't feed them on our breast. It's not only the food, but also a whole lot of love, a whole lot of relationship building. So thank you so much.
Maraming salamat.
I hope to invite you again someday for other
Yes.
things naman. Like, short ang time natin pero marami pa tayong gustong pag-usapan. Katulad ng pagpapaanak, you're also like a
Yeah.
doula. So,
Yeah.
you've witnessed a lot of births also. But yeah, we'll find you online
Yes.
and we'll follow you so we could know about the other things that you do as well. Thank you so much for your time today.
Maraming salamat din.
And thank you everyone for listening to the whole episode. We'll see you again for the next episode of Life Loading Podcast. If you learned anything, if you liked anything, agree, disagree, whatever you have on your mind and your heart, please just go ahead and put it in the comment section and we will see you there. Bye guys.